Some people say if you paint with a tracer template that that's not real art, but I just want to tell you that that is just not true. Hey there, I'm Nicole, the founder of King Gap Creatives, and I help total beginners to get started painting using tracer templates and acrylic paint. So whether you're a beginner or if you just need a project that's already planned out for you that takes the guesswork out of everything, then you're in the right place. So be sure and hit that subscribe button and we're gonna have some fun here. If painting with a tracer template isn't real art, then that means this isn't real art and this isn't real art. Neither is this or this or even this. And I don't know about you, but these look pretty real to me. So who gets to say what's real and what isn't real? I think anytime we express our creativity through our artwork, it's real. Whether it's simple or complex, whether we started from scratch or got there with a tracer, it's real. And that feeling of pride that you get from completing a piece that you're proud of, well, that's real too. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Okay, so before I say this next part, just know that I'm not downing anybody that had a chance to go to art school. If you did, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. But I didn't get to go to art school, and so many of us didn't. Back when I graduated from high school, it was during a time that there was pressure, or at least, maybe pressure is not the right word, at least the perception that, or at least in my family, there was the perception that, okay, you have to make a career choice that's just going to pay the bills, and it's going to be a sure thing. And art was not considered a sure thing. Whether that's right or wrong, it wasn't. I'm from a family where I'm first generation college graduate, so it was like there were some expectations of what you need to do. And so I chose a career path that was a sure thing, I guess you would call it, and I worked in public education for 25 years. I was a school counselor, and I just felt like I was doing just that. I was paying the bills, and that's not to say I didn't care about the kids at my school, because I did a lot, but there was something missing. My work did not allow me to really express my creativity, and so there was just this void there that I needed to fill, and I have found that painting helps me fill that void. I don't have any formal education in art. I'm mostly just self-taught. I've taken a class or two here and there, but not one that just really fit my needs and helped me to just dive in. And so that's what I'm looking to do, is just help people dive in with these tracer templates. And it's just like anything else. The more you practice, the better you get. But you can go ahead and get started without having to learn a lot of fancy brush strokes or techniques or color theory. When you get a tracer template packet, it's all right there. You get tracers in a variety of sizes. You get a supply list, so you know exactly what you need. And you get step-by-step instructions, and usually even a tutorial video. So don't let the fact that you don't have any experience or training hold you back, because you can do this with a tracer template. You can do it. Even if you feel like you're not creative or you're not artistic, you wouldn't be here if you were not somewhat creative and artistic. So I just want you to encourage you to just put that out of your mind. You don't need that. You don't even need to be able to draw a stick figure to be able to paint using this method. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the results. Now, are my paintings realistic? Most of the time, not at all. But I love that whimsical style and the fact that I can just stop staring at a blank canvas or worrying about proportions, and I can just dive in and paint something that I love. Some people say that using a tracer template squelches creativity, but for so many of us, I think the opposite of that is true, especially for people who are just looking for something to just get started on without having to plan a whole project, because sometimes having to plan the project just really takes the fun out of it. Wouldn't you agree? And you know, the tracer template just gives you a starting point. You add the magic, you add your own special touches, you make it great. You know, I've taught a lot of paint parties, but I have never taught a party, and all they started with a tracer, except maybe just a couple, but I have never taught a paint party where any two paintings came out just alike. Now, I've had some that used similar colors, so their paintings were more similar than others, but I've never ever had two paintings to come out just alike. So it's not cookie cutter. Like I said, you add the magic, you add your personality, and you make it great. So even if you feel like you're not super creative or artistic, that's okay. Even if you think, I can't even draw a stick figure, you don't have to. It's done for you. It's not the same thing. You don't have to be able to draw at all to be able to use a tracer template. And even if you're a total beginner who has never even picked up a paintbrush, you can be successful with this. I promise. I know you can. If I can do it, you can too. Just remember, this is not fine art, but it's fun art. And we're going to make mistakes. We're not shooting for perfection. I don't do perfection. I think perfection takes a lot of the fun out of it. So we're just looking to have a good time, but also to create some pretty things that we can use around our house. I'm constantly painting something to put on my mantle or to hang on my door. And I love that feeling when somebody asks, where did you get that? And I get to say, I painted that. And you're going to like that feeling too. It just really gives you such a feeling of accomplishment, and you're going to be so proud. I promise you're going to love it. I know I keep saying that, but you're really, you're going to love it. So if you're already a pro with acrylics, this is probably not the place for you, although you're welcome. And for the rest of us, this is a safe space to create and just dive in and get started with something that is such a fun and, to me, a life-changing hobby. It's so good. And, you know, I just don't want anybody to miss out on the experience just because they feel like they're not creative, they're not artistic, they don't have any training, they don't have the skills, they don't have the experience. Those things are not going to hold you back here, because all you need to get started is that tracer template. And what you already have inside you is going to give it that creative magic that just makes it amazing. So just remember, art takes many forms, and none of the projects we do here are likely to ever hang on a gallery wall, but that's okay, because the art that we do here, we're just going to have fun with. We're going to paint some things that are special to us, that we love, and that's really all that matters. And you know, you might go on to sell some of your pieces. I have sold some, but the main thing is the experience. Just to get in there and have that creative outlet that just feels amazing. Art school or not, we got this. So let's get going. Let's get to painting.